News with Bill, Episode 16, World Record Kidney Stone. Hi, and welcome back to News with Bill, where I tell you about all the weird, odd, and bizarre news stories that you won't believe are true, and in a lot of cases, you'll wish they weren't. So let's see. In this episode, we have Big Gulp Battery, Man killed roommate and then lived with the corpse, Woman threatens a B-dubs massacre, the all-cheese cheeseburger, Woman caught after CPAP battery, Woman with record-breaking burp, Man jailed following Skittles assault, Burger King Barbie meal, surgeons remove world's largest kidney stone, foot fondler found, and 10 of the weirdest celebrity items ever sold. So we have a lot to talk about this episode, so let's get started. All right, first up today, we have Big Gulp Battery. So this Big Gulp attack occurred one Florida evening, surprise, it's Florida, where a 7-Eleven worker was arrested for striking a female customer in the head with a large cup of lemonade. Cops alleged that Miles Taz Jenkins, 35, got frustrated with the customer overpayment and then threw the big gulp filled with lemonade at the woman, Tina Warren. According to the police report, the incident was witnessed by 3 other customers, and Jenkins reportedly made spontaneous statements admitting to striking the victim with the drink. Jenkins was charged with felony battery and booked into the county jail. He was released from custody the next afternoon and gave his address as a Clearwater motel. The battery is being charged as a felony due to Jenkins having prior convictions for sexually battering a young girl, for which he served several years in custody. I guess it's good that he at least didn't grab something even more violent like, like a Slurpee. And so, if you learn anything from this story, always remember, if you're going to try to knock over a 7-Eleven, bring some protection with you, like a rain slicker. Man killed roommate and lived with the corpse. A Las Vegas man is accused of killing his roommate and then continuing to live with her corpse for what police are calling an extended period of time. According to a police news release, they arrested 31-year-old George Anthony Bone shortly after they received a report of a dead body at his residence on the 5300 block of Railroad River Avenue in Enterprise, which is an unincorporated town about 14 miles or so southwest of downtown Las Vegas. When police arrived at the home, they found the body of the victim, who appeared to have been deceased for an extended period of time, according to their report. Investigators with the department's homicide unit determined the victim was Bone's roommate, so he was arrested and booked into the Clark County Detention Center for murder. According to police, the Clark County Coroner's Office will eventually identify the victim and the cause and manner of death. But on the bright side, I guess there are some good things about having a dead roommate. They don't talk much, they don't make a mess, and they don't eat your food without permission. But then again, there's that smell. All right, next up today, we have Woman threatens B-dubs massacre. An employee of a New Rochelle Buffalo Wild Wings did not want to go to work on a nice Saturday, so she sent seemingly random Google voice text messages threatening to shoot up the restaurant. Jaylene Mota, who is living in an apartment in the Bronx, had been recently hired by Buffalo Wild Wings in New Rochelle, New York. She called in sick on April 15th and allegedly made a series of threats via text message the following evening. The New Rochelle Police Department report reads as follows. On April 15th, 2023, the NRPD received a call from an individual who had received a text message from an unknown person threatening to shoot up Buffalo Wild Wings located on LeCount Place in New Rochelle. The text added that there would be a massacre and lots of people are going down. A second text said that Today's a busy night because of the game. Don't take me as a joke. Lots of people will die. Don't call the store and ruin my plans. I'm going to make the news. The same day, the NRPD received a call from a second individual who had received an identical text message from an unknown person threatening to shoot up Buffalo Wild Wings and commit a massacre. The NRPD took the phone number that sent the text and traced it back to Moda in the Bronx. That evening, pursuant to a search warrant, the FBI and the New Rochelle police searched her apartment and found the cell phone used to send the messages. After being Mirandized, Mota admitted that she had sent the text messages to 5 individuals threatening to shoot up Buffalo Wild Wings. Mota was charged via a criminal complaint filed in White Plains Federal Court with making threatening interstate communications. She was scheduled to be presented in White Plains Federal Court before United States Magistrate Judge Andrew E. Krause. I mean, she could have just called and complained about the quality of the wings. That would have been much more believable. All right, next up we have the all-cheese cheeseburger. Burger King Thailand recently shocked the fast food world with its latest addition to the menu, a quote-unquote real cheeseburger that has 20 slices of cheese between 2 sesame seed buns. This real cheeseburger hit Burger King locations across Thailand and immediately went viral online. People started posting photos of the tower-like burger. Many people believe that it was just a stunt, but Burger King clarified, saying, "This is no joke. This is for real." The unusual burger, which consists of 20 slices of American cheese stacked between 2 buns, comes with no sauce, no pickles, no meat patty, no nothing. Some reports of this bowel-blocking monstrosity share that the cheese is sometimes not even grilled or melted. Reactions to the real cheeseburger have been mixed, and people have been flocking to Burger King locations in Thailand to try it. It has been selling at the discounted price of 109 Thai baht, which is about $3, compared with its usual 380 baht price tag, which is about $10 US. It is popular enough that some restaurants have had to suspend delivery orders just to keep up with demand from the walk-in customers. Most of the people who tried the real cheeseburger said that the amount of cheese was overwhelming. Even admitted cheese lovers said that the lack of any other ingredients except the buns made it quite literally hard to swallow. One person said they could only get through half of the burger because of the sheer amount of cheese. Initially, the real cheeseburger was supposed to be a very limited time offer, with sales running for about a week. However, the New York Times reports that this cheesy monstrosity is still available for order online and at least one physical location in Thailand. There have been no word about adverse effects on bowels, but with that much cheese, it may be the perfect antidote to the gastric distress caused by Taco Bell. Woman caught after CPAP battery. A Florida man who has sleep issues was battered by his ex-wife, who ripped a CPAP machine off his face while he was snoozing. Investigators say 42-year-old Jennifer Calandria and the victim lived together in a St. Petersburg home owned by the 42-year-old man, who happens to be her ex-husband. According to the man, he was asleep in his bed early Monday with his CPAP on when Calandria came into the room and ripped the breathing device off of his face, leaving him with a bloody cut on his lower lip. Calandria then began arguing with him. She was arrested for misdemeanor domestic battery and booked into the county jail. She was later released on her own recognizance. A judge has ordered Calandria to have no contact with her former husband. Now, just 1 minute here. All CPAP jokes aside, the big question for me here is, why was she still living with the man that she had divorced back in 2009? Seriously, there's a point after breaking up that a couple has to go their own ways. And that point is immediately after the breakup. Woman with record-breaking burp. An American woman recently set a new world record for the world's loudest burp by a woman by belching at 107.3 decibels. The previous Guinness record holder for the loudest burp by a woman was in 2009 when Elisa Cagnoni of Italy managed a 107 decibel belch. It was an impressive achievement at the time, but her record is no more. Kimberly Kimikola Winter, a young woman from Maryland, recently visited a dead room at iHeartRadio where she managed to release a burp that beat the previous record by 0.3 decibels. Before her historic record-breaking attempt, Kimikola prepared her body by eating breakfast and drinking coffee and beer. This scientifically proven combination apparently played an important part in breaking the 14-year-old world record. She told Guinness Records that she has possessed this gift of loud burping since she was a child and has been terrorizing her family with loud belches her entire life. Now, they've gotten used to it over the years, and as it turns out, Kimberly's younger sister is a promising burper herself. Before her successful attempt, she spent weeks experimenting with various foods and drinks to determine which helped her burp the loudest. Spicy foods, soda, and alcohol appear to work wonders, but she admits that sometimes even a little bit of water works for her. The young Maryland native said that she realized her burping was unusually loud a few years back when she got kicked out of a bar for burping too loudly. She has been entertaining her friends with this talent for years, and thanks to social media, she has now been able to build a loyal following online. Her father must be so proud. Okay, well, in this case, he probably really was, because I know I would be. Man jailed following Skittles assault. A Minnesota man is behind bars following an unprovoked Skittles attack on patrons and employees of a local restaurant. Police say that 19-year-old Tristan Statina walked into a restaurant Friday afternoon and began throwing Skittles at employees and customers. A woman identified as Victim 1 in the court filing told police that she was hit in the back with a Skittle, which caused a stinging pain. Upon arriving at the restaurant, a police officer noticed Skittles all over the ground and a bag of Skittles near the garbage. Victim 1 told police that the Skittle tosser had a heart-shaped tattoo under his eye and another tattoo on the side of his face. At least he'll be easy to spot. Based on the description provided by the woman, the police knew the male to be Tristan Statina. After locating him at a nearby business, the teen pulled away and attempted to break free from officers as they were trying to place him in handcuffs. He was eventually subdued by 3 officers and taken into custody. Statina was charged with misdemeanor assault for the Skittles attack. He is also facing charges of disorderly conduct and resisting police. Now, I would just love to be a fly on the wall in prison when he's asked what he's in for. And you know what? I'm going to stop now before I make a taste the rainbow joke. Burger King Barbie meal. Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling star in that Barbie movie, which I'm proud to say that I've never seen. And Burger Kings have released the Barbie burger, which I'm happy to say that I've not tried. A burger dressed with bright pink sauce has been unveiled by Burger King in Brazil as part of a Barbie-themed meal to celebrate the release of the movie. The cheeseburger, topped with pieces of bacon, comes with a pink vanilla-flavored milkshake, a donut with pink frosting, and an order of Ken's fries. The meal has received a mixed response from fast food fans, with some people on social media comparing the pink sauce on the burger to chewed bubblegum. And it seems like things are just as I had suspected. Food that looks and tastes like plastic is a perfect complement to honor a movie about plastic people. All right, today we have surgeons remove world's largest kidney stone. So when 62-year-old Kanistis Kunyi went in for surgery on June 1st. He probably didn't think he'd come out as a Guinness World Record holder. But the retired soldier from the Sri Lankan army is now in the record books after military surgeons removed what has been declared the world's largest and heaviest kidney stone. The grapefruit-sized stone measured about 5.26 inches long, which Guinness World Records notes was bigger than Cunha's actual kidney, which only measured 4.6 inches. Also, the stone weighed in at about 1.76 pounds, which easily surpassed the previous record for the heaviest ever found. Despite this obvious obstruction, doctors said that Cunha's kidney was functioning perfectly and that his liver, gallbladder, pancreas, and spleen were all normally sized. Cunha has recovered from the surgery and is doing well. The previous record holder for the kidney stone length was a 5.11-inch stone removed from Vilas Goog of India in 2004. The previous record holder for the heaviest stone belonged to Pakistan's Wazir Muhammad, who had a 1.36-pound growth taken out in 2008. Take that, Vilas and Wazir. Foot fondler found. Say that 3 times fast. A suspect has been arrested in the case of an intruder who broke into 2 women's vacation homes in Lake Tahoe, Nevada, and fondled their feet as they slept. Police say that 26-year-old Mark Anthony Gonzalez was arrested on burglary and battery charges at his home in Atwater, California, a city about 30 miles south of Modesto. Gonzalez allegedly entered 2 women's resort condominiums through unlocked screen doors at a resort in State Line, which is an area about 60 miles southwest of Reno. According to the sheriff's office, he allegedly rubbed the women's feet while they slept in their beds. In both cases, the women woke up in the middle of the assaults and confronted the man before he fled the scene. These incidents prompted local officials to urge locals to lock their doors. Forensic techniques were used to identify Gonzalez, and it turns out that he was suspected of numerous crimes in the Atwater and Merced County areas as well, including the theft of women's shoes, trespassing, and sexual self-gratification during some of these incidents. Investigators believe that Gonzalez's crimes were escalating in nature. Eric Cachinero, community relations manager for Douglas County, Nevada, said it was not immediately clear how much prison time Gonzalez could face if convicted, or if he had a lawyer who could speak on his behalf. A representative for the Douglas County District Attorney's Office was not able to be reached for comment. So wait a minute. Now, I'm sure that both of these women get pedicures and get a foot and leg massage while they're at it. So isn't someone coming to do that for you at home free a bonus? Jeez, some people will complain about anything. And finally today on this episode, 10 of the weirdest celebrity items ever sold. So we all know that celebrities are known for being, well, odd with their expensive and unique taste in things. Combine this celebrity weirdness with the fact that they have a ton of stuff to sell to make room for even more weirdness, and it's easy to see how a market for such things has developed. What's even crazier are the prices that people will pay for some of this celebrity crap. So here's a list of 10 of the weirdest celebrity items that have ever been sold in no particular order of weirdness. So number 10, we have Lady Gaga's fingernail. So Lady Gaga's black nail, sometimes called the Monster Claw by her fans, was sold at a 2013 auction for $12,000. The acrylic fashion accessory was made with gold glitter, had some beads on it, and was said to have been hand-painted by her personal manicurist and nail artist. Now, it's not clear how this got into the hands of a fan, but it could have been worse. When I first read black nail, I thought I was talking about a real fingernail that had blackened with age and, either case, gross to me. Number 9 on the list, Justin Bieber's boa constrictor. So in a 2011 scream for attention, as he does, Justin Bieber showed up at the MTV Video Music Awards with a live baby albino boa constrictor named Johnson. Unfortunately, his love for Johnson didn't last a long time, and he put it up for a charity auction within a few months. According to the catalog listing, the snake will grow to nearly 4 feet long. Keeping a pet snake is a long-term responsibility. The person who won the snake at auction donated it to the Reptile and Amphibian Discovery Zoo in Owatonna, Minnesota. There's no mention made for how much that person paid for Justin Bieber's Johnson. Number 8, Justin Timberlake's unfinished toast. In March of 2000, Justin Timberlake had breakfast at a New York area radio station, and after his meal, the DJ noticed that Timberlake didn't finish his food. So he did what any radio DJ would do with a half-eaten piece of toast. He put it up on eBay. Now, as crazy as it sounds, it turned out to be a wise decision, as the toast was bought by a 19-year-old from Wisconsin named Kathy Summers, who paid, get this, $1,025 for it. She also said that she planned to preserve the toast by freeze-drying and sealing it, and displaying it on her dresser. Number 7 on the list of the weirdest celebrity items ever sold, Britney Spears' pregnancy test. So in 2005, a pregnancy test kit supposedly used by Britney Spears was sold at an auction for $5,001. The radio station behind the sale claimed that the test had been picked up in the hotel room where she stayed with her then-husband, Kevin Federline. This lovely acquisition was first announced by GoldenPalace.com, an internet-based casino who claims to be the buyer. And the fact that the proceeds of the sale went to charity does not make this any less weird in my books. Now, number 6, kind of thematic based upon the episode title, but number 6, weirdest celebrity items ever sold, William Shatner's kidney stone. So William Shatner successfully sold his kidney stone in 2006, and just like with Britney Spears' pregnancy test, it was purchased by online casino GoldenPalace.com. Shatner's kidney stone sold for $25,000, which was donated to Habitat for Humanity. The kidney stone became a part of GoldenPalace.com's collection of curiosities, which includes such items as a potato shaped like Pete Townsend and a piece of toast that has an image that resembles the Virgin Mary. Number 5, an iPhone broken by Rihanna. During a Los Angeles Clippers game back in 2014, Rihanna accidentally dropped and cracked the phone belonging to a man named Steve Sobroff, who at the time was the president of the Los Angeles Police Commission. The break apparently happened while she was attempting to take a selfie with him. Rihanna later tweeted an apology and donated $25,000 to a charity fund for police officers and their family. Sobroff then decided to auction the cracked iPhone on eBay to further support the Los Angeles Police Foundation. The phone, which Rihanna had signed, quickly gained wide attention, with its price on eBay hitting $56,000. Number 4, John Lennon's tooth. In 2011, John Lennon's tooth was sold for 19,000 British pounds, or about 31,000 US dollars, at an English auction. The tooth had been in the family of one of his previous housekeepers, Ms. Dot Jarlett. Apparently, Lennon had originally given it to Dot to destroy it, but later changed his mind and told Dot to give it to her daughter, who happened to be a big fan of the Beatles. While the tooth is now too weak to be DNA tested, the owner of the Omega auction house expressed confidence in its authenticity. They had originally hoped to sell it for about $16,000, and it actually ended up going for almost double the amount by the end of the auction. A Canadian dentist named Michael Zook claimed to be the buyer of this dental treasure, though this was never officially confirmed by Omega. According to Dot's son, the tooth had been in his family's possession for several decades. And as the numbers get lower, the items get better. Number 3, Russell Crowe's jockstrap. In April 2018, it was revealed that the jockstrap worn by Russell Crowe in the film Cinderella Man was purchased by John Oliver's HBO show Last Week Tonight for $7,000. Along with the jockstrap, the show also bought other items worn by Crowe in various films, including a pair of shorts and a robe from Cinderella Man, a hood from Robin Hood, and a vest from Les Mis. Oliver announced that all of these items would be sent to the last remaining Blockbuster video store in Alaska. This was done when the show presented a story that focused on the decline of video rental stores and Blockbuster locations across the U.S. Since streaming services are slower and costs are much higher in Alaska, video stores like Blockbuster are able to remain open and support themselves. But really, a jockstrap? All right, and on to number 2, Elvis Presley's hair. Back in October of 2009, a lock of hair believed to have belonged to Elvis Presley was sold at a Chicago auction for $18,300. The seller at the time claimed it was from the time that he joined the Army, that being Elvis joined the Army in 1958. The sale was confirmed by the Chicago-based firm Leslie Hindman Auctioneers when they posted the results of the auction on their website. According to them, they're expecting about $8,000 to $12,000 for the hair, so they're happy with the results. While they didn't conduct any DNA testing to confirm its legitimacy, it was authenticated by other means by John Resnikoff, an expert in celebrity hair authentication. While the purchaser of the hair was not revealed, quite frankly, at this point, I'm more perplexed that there's such a thing as an expert in celebrity hair authentication. And we're down to number 1 on our list of the 10 most unusual celebrity items that have been sold, and we are at Scarlett Johansson's used tissue. In 2008, a tissue used by actress Scarlett Johansson was auctioned off on eBay for about $5,300. It was put up for sale by the TV network NBC after her appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, where she had presumably used it. The proceeds from the sale went to the food gathering charity called USA Harvest. While the bidding started at a low 99 cents, it quickly reached $4,050 just before the sale was made. The final price was determined after a total of 83 bids, and the buyer eventually chose to remain anonymous. Talk about desperate to have a brush with celebrity. What goes through a person's mind that makes them decide to buy someone else's snot? Hey, buyer, let me know if you're still in the market for items, and I'll flick something your way. Okay, well, that is going to do it for this episode of News with Bill. Please be sure to subscribe to the show and rate us wherever you listen to podcasts. I'd love to hear your feedback or ideas, so please let me know what you think. Comment on this episode at newswithbill.com/16. I'm at newswithbill on X, Twitter, and Instagram. You can send an email to feedback@newswithbill.com or call and leave a voicemail on the News with Bill hotline at 209-854-4620. And don't forget to tell a friend about the show. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you next time.